Might delete this later, but I seriously can't stay silent about this anymore. The absolute chaos unfolding has permanently altered my brain chemistry, and I need you all to witness my existential collapse. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Paul from Steffy Fans, and let's just dive straight into the absolute madness of Tuesday, May 12th. Okay, I literally cannot believe this. Can we please process this mess together, honestly? I am vibrating at a frequency that shouldn't even be legally possible right now. Look, I know we have survived decades of absolute lunacy on this show, but this upcoming episode is about to deliver a payload of psychic damage that I am fundamentally unprepared to handle. Listen to me very carefully. The entire foundation of Forrester Creations is currently sitting on a fault line of Logan-induced delusion, and the sheer audacity of what is about to go down is making my vision blur, basically. We are witnessing a hostile takeover wrapped in a sheer negligee of familial betrayal, and honestly, I am screaming into the digital void because no one else understands the gravity of this narrative collapse. Wait, why are we like this? Why do we subject ourselves to this grueling, decade-long journey of emotional terrorism? Because when the hype redlines like this, it is a total game changer. Suddenly, everything we thought we knew is being flipped upside down, and I am just low-key dragging the vibe into the spotlight so we can all stare at the wreckage together. Let's just start with the absolute disaster class in family dynamics happening over at the Logan camp. Look, Donna Logan Forrester is currently operating at a level of sheer, unadulterated panic that I haven't seen since the 90s. Basically, Donna has finally figured out that Katie Logan Spencer is actively trying to lure Hope away from Forrester Creations to be the new crown jewel of the Logan fashion house. And honestly, Donna is the only one making any sense right now. She knows this is a horribly catastrophic plan. The tension between Katie and Brooke is already so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. And Donna is sitting there wide-eyed realizing that if Katie actually poaches Hope, there is absolutely no coming back from this. Suddenly, and the Logan family tree is about to be tossed into a wood chipper. And Donna is desperately trying to pull the plug. But listen to Katie's defense. Katie is rushing to her own defense and literally arguing that business is business. I am sorry, what? Since when has business ever just been business with these people? Never. Basically, Katie is out here acting like a ruthless corporate titan, completely ignoring the fact that Brooke is going to view this as a direct lethal personal attack. Honestly. Katie is low-key serving major villain energy, and part of me is totally here for the major flex. But the other part of me is terrified. Donna is practically begging Katie to back off before she ignites an even worse family feud. And honestly, how can you blame her? Brooke is going to spontaneously combust if Katie steals her daughter's brand. Wait, actually, maybe Brooke deserves it for what she's about to pull. Whoa, I've really gone off chasing butterflies into another dimension. Bringing the signal back, let's stick to the script. Look, we have to talk about the historical context here because it is low-key driving me insane. Katie Logan has always had this massive chip on her shoulder. Like, she has always wanted to step out of Brooke's shadow and prove she is a titan in her own right, basically. Launching this new Logan fashion house and immediately trying to steal Forrester's top designer is her way of screaming to the world that she is the alpha Logan. Honestly, it's a major flex, but it is so deeply toxic. Donna sees this. Donna, bless her heart, is the only one who actually cares about family dinners and peace. She is looking at Katie's ruthless ambition and realizing that Katie is willing to sacrifice Brooke's happiness for a PR bump. Suddenly, the sisterhood is shattering, and I am just sitting here watching the collateral damage pile up in real time. Let's pivot to the absolute circus act that is Liam Spencer and Hope Logan. Look, Liam is currently strutting around with this unearned confidence, checking in with Hope, and fully expecting her to just happily announce that she's ready to make the jump to Logan. Basically, Liam has been aggressively pitching this Logan transition like he's a timeshare salesman on commission. He has laid out all these supposedly great points about the bright, shiny future Hope could have at Katie's fashion house. And honestly, Liam is so incredibly smug about it, fully believing he has successfully manipulated his wife into abandoning Forrester Creations. He thinks he's the ultimate puppet master, orchestrating this grand exit. But suddenly, Bam Hope hits him with a massive reality check. She absolutely refuses to give him the answer he wants. Honestly, the look on Liam's face when Hope shoots him down is going to be cinematic gold. Liam is instantly spiraling, fearing that Hope is making a colossal mistake by sticking around Forrester, Creations, and essentially signing up for more mistreatment from Steffy. He is basically having a meltdown because his perfect little plan isn't working. But listen, Hope is currently trapped in a delusion so deep she might need a submarine to get out. She firmly believes she has to keep fighting for Hope for the future. She has poured years of blood, sweat, and tears into that line, and she is simply not ready to walk away. And then there is Liam's reaction. Oh my god, Liam Spencer. Honestly, I could write an entire thesis on how this man single-handedly tests my sanity every single day. Look at him in this scenario. He is pushing Hope to leave because he thinks he knows what is best for her. He is basically trying to manage her career because he wants Hope as far away from the Forresters as possible. But suddenly, when Hope pushes back, Liam has no idea what to do. His entire strategy crumbles. He is terrified that Hope is making a mistake. But let's be real. He is mostly terrified that he can't control her narrative anymore. Wait, why are we like this? Why do we even give Liam the time of day? Because his reactions are the perfect barometer for how unhinged Hope is becoming. And this is where the vibe completely redlines. Hope doesn't just tell Liam she's staying. She leans in and drops a nuclear hint that change might be brewing at Forrester Creations. Look, Liam is obviously doubting this. He's like, Hope, as long as Steffy Forrester Finnegan is in charge, you are going to be miserable. And that is when Hope drops the absolute biggest bombshell of the century. She admits to Liam that she actually urged Brooke to go after the co-CEO spot. Yes, you heard me. Hope is actively plotting to dethrone Steffy and install her mother in the highest seat of power. I literally cannot process the audacity. Basically, Hope is trying to orchestrate a corporate coup from the inside, and she is using Brooke as her ultimate weapon. Honestly, it is a major flex, but it is also the most unhinged thing I have ever heard. Please tell me I'm not the only one losing my mind over this. Let's break down the sheer psychological warfare happening here. Hope is feeling so disrespected, so marginalized by Steffy's totally valid business decisions regarding HFTF, that her solution isn't to improve her numbers or take Katie's very generous offer. No. Her solution is to fundamentally overthrow the leadership of the company that bears Steffy's family name. Honestly, the entitlement is staggering. It is absolutely off the charts. Hope is basically looking at the Forrester legacy and saying, you know what? My mommy deserves to run this. I am hyperventilating just typing this. And listen, Brooke is actually going through with it. Tuesday's episode is going to feature Brooke Logan Forrester making a completely seductive, highly manipulative pitch to Ridge Forrester. Look, Ridge comes home for the evening, probably exhausted, just wanted to relax, and suddenly Brooke is in his ear, pouring honey and poison in equal measure. She is working overtime to sell this plan. Basically, she is extending an offer that Ridge simply can't turn down. The spoilers literally say he can't turn down the offer, which means Brooke is weaponizing every single ounce of their romantic history, every bit of their chemistry, to blindside him into giving her half the company. Honestly, Ridge is clearly uncomfortable. You can just picture him squirming. The idea of Brooke replacing Steffy out of nowhere is objectively insane. Steffy has been running that company, keeping it profitable, making the hard choices, and Brooke just wants to waltz in and take the co-CEO spot because her daughter is throwing a tantrum about her failing fashion line. Look, Ridge knows this is a terrible idea. His gut is telling him this is a terrible idea. But because he is Ridge, and because Brooke is currently deploying a level of seduction that could melt titanium, he is crumbling. He is fundamentally spineless in the face of Brooke's demands. By the end of their conversation, Ridge actually agrees to think about a possible co-CEO swap. He agrees to think about it. I am screaming. I am literally hitting terminal velocity hype and rage right now. How can he even entertain this? Ridge knows he can't make this decision unilaterally, thank God. But he still gives Brooke some hopeful news before the night is over. Basically, he gives her an inch, and we all know Brooke is going to take 1,000 miles. She is going to run back to Hope and tell her that the coup is in motion, honestly. The betrayal Ridge is committing against his own daughter right now is staggering. He is low-key sacrificing Steffy's hard-earned authority on the altar of Brooke's ego. Let's also take a moment to address the absolute tragedy that is Ridge Forrester's spine, or lack thereof. Listen, we have watched Ridge vacillate between women and decisions for literally decades. It is a grueling, decade-long journey of watching this man fail to set boundaries. So when Brooke comes at him with this seductive pitch, we all know exactly how this plays out. Basically, Ridge is confronted with a completely illogical, deeply unfair business proposition, stripping his highly competent daughter of her title to appease his wife, and instead of shutting it down immediately, he falters. Honestly, the fact that he says he will think about it is a massive betrayal in itself. Steffi doesn't just deserve a father who supports her. She deserves a co-CEO who defends her authority. But suddenly, Brooke bats her eyelashes and Ridge is ready to hand over the keys to the kingdom. I literally cannot believe this. Wait, why are we like this? Why am I sitting here at 3 a.m. sweating over a fictional corporate structure? Because Steffi Forrester Finnegan is an absolute legend, carrying this entire show on her shoulders, and she is about to get blindsided by the most toxic nepotism play in daytime history. The spoilers explicitly state that Steffi is sure to blow her top once Ridge fills her in on Brooke's goal in the coming episodes, and she has every right to. Look, when Steffi finds out that her own father is actually entertaining, the idea of stripping her of her power to appease Brooke and Hope, the explosion is going to be visible from space. Suddenly, the entire landscape of Forrester Creations is a war zone. Steffi is going to go absolutely scorched earth. Basically, she has been trying to manage Hope professionally, dealing with the fact that HFTF is bleeding money, and in return, Hope and Brooke are trying to stage a mutiny. Honestly, I am totally here for Steffi's villain era if this pushes her over the edge. If Ridge actually tries to force Brooke into that co-CEO chair, Steffi needs to lock them all out of the building. She needs to change the security codes. She needs to call Carter and have them escorted off the premises. This is a total game changer. And the vibe is getting so incredibly dark